All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the daily update of my 1000 days challenge. This is day 291. So let's get things started. All right, so first and foremost, you'll notice the balance is up, and that's purely due to the experimental trade setup. But actually, I have 4 trades that I lost in the experimental trade setup, so I'll be down another 200. So it's actually going to be even worse than yesterday. So I'll update the balance update right again after this video. So you will need to be reflected again tomorrow itself. All right, otherwise, if we look in terms of the market structure update, overall, we look to be tentatively on the bearish side of things, except for ASA Sharp, which tentatively still remains a little bit more bullish. But if you look in terms of the overall market itself, a correction or pullback seems to be highly overdue itself. So let's see how things can really go. In terms of the momentum itself, you can see that even though the outlier did get boost, until we have a very clear consolidation pattern, then I'll be more certain whether we'll be going upward strongly or downward strongly itself. Although tentatively, we do have a very sharp drop. To me, it's actually tentatively a really good sign because it goes to show that the sellers are over panicking and overselling itself, in which case it's actually faster to get an oversold kind of period, similarly to what we have experienced in March 2020 itself. All right, on the other hand, for NASDAQ, yeah, let's just switch back the daily chart, but daily chart, you're seeing the same thing. Yeah, over here, we still tend to be a little bit indecisive and bearish in that sense. So NASDAQ still tentatively looks to be bullish, similarly S&P 500, but of course, overall, we are still tentatively bearish, remaining below this 50 simple moving average on the daily chart for NASDAQ itself. And for ASA Sharp, like I mentioned, once you cross above here, things will definitely be a little bit more bullish, and we are breaking out to all high again. But bear in mind that this will be an upslope resistance, so there is potential some sort of rejection that could be seen if we do not pass through here successfully on the first try. So that being said, if we do consolidate above this 150 simple moving average on the daily chart, then tentatively it will be a really good sign for further upside momentum itself. And for KWEB, like what I mentioned, if we can quickly exit here, like what you've seen over here, above and go back, breaking above this 20 exponential moving average, then to me that the bottom could actually have been in, and it will still be a good position to add in right now. However, we could still definitely see some sort of rejection over here, in which case the downward momentum could continue and persist to even over here itself. And finally, for Bitcoin itself, we did see some sort of a relief rally intraday itself. But otherwise, if you look in terms of here, it's still definitely a potential region to get in. Not sure why I highlighted over here. But if you look in terms of daily chart, then yeah, I would believe that this would be a more likely structure to get in. Reason being, you want it to be right near these 200 simple moving average on the daily chart itself. So I'll say that this is potentially a zone that we could still retest, especially if it seems that we are getting rejected of this 150 simple moving average on the daily chart itself. So in addition to that, we also have a very clear horizontal resistance over here, and it seems that we are rejected of this 45K mark. So it's a very clear listing rejection itself. All right. However, with that said, on the 4-hour chart, I still don't see any clear pattern to go for short just yet. You can see that we are barely closing and touching over this. It goes to show the decrease in momentum in terms of selling of pressure. But overall, we are still looking bearish. If you look in terms of 9 chart wise, we are technically forming a high and still a lower high. So until we break this previous high or even this high, I would say that tentatively we still lean towards bearish momentum, and this very much could turn out to be a bear flag kind of pattern. So I'll be looking on potential short setup in terms of the shorter time frame wise on other pairs. If there's good risk to reward setup, then I'll potentially enter further shorts itself. With that said, I've come to the end of today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.